One.
Hi everyone. Once again, we're on Spotlight, Tribune Now's Spotlight. I am with Miss Dina Ventura. This is Jojo Silvestre, and we have a very special guest of honor, one of the top, the luminary of Philippine fashion industry. Dina, who is our fashionista here, should be able to introduce to you our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please meet the Jojie Lleron.
Hello.
Jojie Lleron. Take
Hello,
note.
everyone.
That's Jojie Lleron.
This is just a casual conversation, Jojie. So, we'd like you to talk about your current projects, what's keeping you busy nowadays. Are you working on a fashion show?
Yes, I'm actually in the midst of finishing my collection for the Red Charity Gala, and which will be held in October.
Okay. So, what are the plans for the show, Red Charity?
Well,
What's different this year?
The Red Charity Gala this year will feature 10 designers. So, because this is the 11th year of the Red Charity Gala, so they will be featuring all the 10 designers they
that-
featured before.
Because it's always been one designer each year.
So this is like a parang reunion of sorts.
Okay. What year did you were you featured for the Red Charity?
2006, I think. Six ba? No. 2000. I know. Wait.
Some.
2019, 2016.
Okay. So, what was that like for you?
Well, it was well, one of the I would think milestones of my career, because that was my second solo show pa lang. And I made 40 pieces, so that was a lot of
That's a
pieces,
lot.
considering that time when I was making it, I only had 2 sewers. So medyo talagang super stressful that time.
So, that was your second solo. What was the
Yes.
first?
The
When
first
was
one
the
was in
first?
2003, and this was held at the NBC tent, which no longer exists.
Yeah.
And that time it was the only thing there.
Ah,
But that was just like recently,
Mm.
Yeah.
okay, so what was that about? Just the launching?
No,
or-
actually, that was when I arrived. 2 years after I arrived from Paris. No, so Ariel Lozada produced the show for me. Yon. So parang that really was like a big show. Yeah.
Jojie, tell us about your beginnings. When was like let's go back to really bata ka pa and you woke up one day and realized you wanted to become a fashion
Okay.
designer.
So
So I was
sige.
2.
Ganun ka pala.
No, well, preschool, I remember I started drawing cartoons already. So my
Okay.
father would buy me a sketch pad, pencil pens, ganyan.
So encouraging naman yung parents.
Yeah,
Sa
kasi
artistic.
cartoons.
Oo. Hindi naman dress agad.
And then in grade 1, I started drawing na female figures. Female figures pa lang. And then in grade 4, that's when I got interested na in fashion, because I had friends na interested din sa fashion, yung classmate
Okay.
ko.
Okay.
So yun. So parang that started even even during those days, parang syempre kami parang we would ask, so anong kukunin in college,
Yes.
ganyan.
Yes.
At that early age, sinabi ko I want to be a fashion designer.
Who were your idols, or who were you looking up to at that time that you
At
wanted
that time, of course, parang it would no one in particular kasi I would just browse through newspapers, magazines,
Yes.
yung ano mga lifestyle section ganyan. And then kopya-kopya, kiniklip yung mga yung mga pictures ganyan. So, ganun lang yung
You you weren't very conscious of names like Pitoy, Ben, and
Grade 6, yan yung kasi nga yung my good friend, siya yung parang ang inaano namin the models. Kunyari
Okay.
sila Anda Carmona, yung mga ganyan.
ayun, sila ang inyong, you dress them up sa inyong mga sketches.
Yes, at saka we would buy magazines para para makita lang yung mga models.
Ayun. So, kailan ka nag-formal
Training.
training?
In college na. But kasi I started with BSHRA, Hotel and Restaurant Administration. And then came the time I had to apply to the college na. Hindi ako tinanggap. And then I was told, we have a course here that's clothing technology. Why don't you take it? Because they saw naman that parang hobbies, ganyan, nilagay ko.
Yeah.
Sketching, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan.
Where was this?
UP.
Yeah,
Diliman.
clothing technology.
Mm-mm.
Ayun.
So there. So
Yay,
inadmit nila ako, and then kasi when they admitted me, sabi nila, okay, you must pass all. Di syempre after that sem, puro hindi naman, most of my grades were uno, ganyan.
Wow.
Yung parang,
Oo.
parang sabi ko, okay, eto na yon. Because I
Yes,
really was
yes.
very interested in what I was learning. Kasi prior to that, drop.
So you found your na talaga,
Mm-mm.
your course. Okay, so after that, after college.
After that, so I apprenticed with Cinderella.
Mm.
And then after Cinderella, my first job was with 22BC. So I was under Sammy Chongson. I was his assistant.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I was there for just 6 months. Tapos I became...
Masungit ba si Sammy?
Masungit
ba si Sammy?
Hindi.
Okay.
Masungit ba?
I don't know.
Pero siguro siya yung pinakamasungit among the other designers. Kasi Ray Bancil was also a designer then there.
Okay.
And nakalimutan ko na.
It's been so long.
Marlene Iglesias.
Ayun.
And Doreto.
Okay.
Loreto.
Wow. You learned a lot.
Yeah. And then after that, after my stint with 22BC, I became assistant to Cristiano Spiritu. So there.
And then when did you start on your own talaga?
A year after.
Okay. Was that hard? Was it challenge?
Very hard. Syempre, parang, you have no money, parang
Nag-uumpisa.
there was enough money to put up a shop, ganyan.
But what made you decide? You just decided to go on your own right away?
I would think, parang kayabangan ko. Kasi, di ba, when I was with Christian, and my designs were selling already, sabi ko,
Okay.
pwede na, nagsasell na yung
Ready.
ko. So, yon. So, I put up my own. But, yung parang, yun talaga pagdurusa. Oo, yun talagang,
Tell
ang
us
mediano ko
about
talagang
it.
monay.
Kasi I don't think a lot of young designers now have any idea what it takes to put up your own business. Diba?
It's hard. It's really so
So-
hard. It's harder than going through 6 years of college. I would
Really?
think because in school you just think about the exams, those things. Pero pag may business ka na, yung parang lahat ng mundo nasa ibabaw mo, parang ang bigat-bigat, pag malapit na yung end of the month,
Oh,
rent na
no.
naman,
Paano mo
ganyan.
kinaya?
Well, kinaya naman. It was actually another learning experience for me. So, kasi I wasn't able to afford a pattern maker. Parang
Okay.
sewers lang. So, I did the patterns. So, that made me master, not naman
Magaling
master,
ka.
but I was able to
Na-hone.
practice,
Oo,
what I learned in school.
Okay.
So, yon.
Where did you put up your first shop?
It was along Shaw Boulevard.
Tapos, and then you had
near
how
the
many?
Capitol,
How many?
near the present Capitol Commons.
Oo.
Ano yung, ilan yung ano mo, staff when you started?
I only had 2 sewers, two finishers. O, yun na yun.
And then, who were your first clients? How did you get your clients?
People from, the area. Siguro yung mga, the ones living in Capitolio, Valle
Valle
Verde,
Verde.
yung ganyan.
Okay.
Magandang crowd.
Oo nga. Good
Oo.
favorite. And what was it like with you and Christian Espiritu when you started on your own? Okay naman yung relationship?
Actually, I consider Christian Spirit my mentor kasi syempre parang I would submit designs to him kasi that time he was already into RTW so I would submit designs and then he would tone down my designs. So parang nilinis niya yung mga designs ko.
Polished.
So, what exactly did you learn from him? Wala dapat raffles, mga things like
It's more parang the simpler the better. No
ganun
need
naman
for all
kasi
those
siya.
kuchi-kuchi. Ganyan.
Kasi now, I think you're really well known for being minimalist in your
Ganun.
style. So that's really what you learned from
That's
your
Christian.
years
Yeah,
of
yung
starting.
parang and he trained my eyes kasi when he goes shopping ganyan, let's say for things for his house, yung parang I would see yung ganyan. And then I was so in love with his house before. He would bring me there, and parang ang ganda-ganda ng bahay nito, ganyan, diba?
Talagang ano siya,
So
may
parang
eye for
yes. Yung parang I guess parang he he instilled in me good taste.
Okay. Kasi your atelier, I think, is also getting good reviews.
Which atelier?
The one
The one in Pasay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maganda, diba?
I get only because it's in an old compound in Pasay,
Ganda.
full of trees.
You're still
green. Yes, you
That's
have to
why
visit.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, you can
A
write about it for
space,
living
yeah,
spaces.
yeah.
And you have so much to write about because there's an art gallery,
Avellana Art Gallery.
the Avellana
Ah,
Art
that
Gallery,
place.
the A11
Yeah.
of Eric Paras,
That's
and of course
famous.
the
Yes,
hotel.
yes.
Wow.
Okay. We should do that.
So tell us about your school.
Okay. Our baby. Yeah.
Because Jojie put up a school in October
Yes.
of 2017. And
Oh,
it's
it's been
called
2 years.
Yeah, the school is called Fashion Arts Business Creatives. So it's located along Arnai Street, a street in Makati. So yon. We're not really a school because we do not give out diplomas or ganyan. We just give certificates of attendance.
Okay.
So yun, because
you
we're
don't,
not.
you don't give grades like 94
No, we
and
don't. We don't.
Okay.
So parang kasi
It's more of a training ground.
yes. So we offer a lot of workshops. No, these are short workshops, and then come October 15 this year, we will start our 1-year comprehensive program.
What's that?
So it's it's a full course in fashion that's designed so that after finishing it you can right away work. You would know a lot na. And because nga kasi our classes are have a maximum of 8 students only.
So it's really,
So we're parang it's mentorship that we're trying to give to the students.
yes, and it's mentorship from the industry's best, I hear.
Oh yes, we boast of the best names in
Yes,
Philippines.
can you tell us more about the who's who?
Okay,
Who's
so
who in this?
Naku, ang dami. Okay, so there's Dennis Lustico, Ibarra Lleron, Joey Samson, Red Ayala, Ino Soto, Leslie Mobo, Mitch
Wow.
Dulce, there's Robbie Carmona, Jackie Aquino, Ariel Lozada, sino pa? There's Ria de Borja,
business
Rita
side.
Neri, you mentioned?
Rita Nazareno.
Nazaren.
Yeah.
Nazaren. Sorry. And
Who else? Ang dami pa.
The
And a lot
best.
more. Oh, and
Yeah.
for fashion photography, we have John Bitagco, Sarah Black, and June De Leon.
wow.
Sa business side.
Business side, Rhoda Aldanese for merchandising. And then there's I am so bad with names. Ang tanda
So
ko
they
na talaga.
get to lecture like throughout that whole year, maybe twice or 3 times.
No, depende. Depende kasi let's say kunyari, let's say patterns, there are three pattern flat pattern courses. So there's flat pattern 1, 2, 3. There's draping 1, 2, 3. Yung ganyan. There, for sewing there's 1, 2, 3. Parang from ano yan?
Basic.
The basic to the advanced courses.
Do they get to learn how to do a proper terno?
Yes, because in within the 1 year course, there is a subject called terno sleeve making.
Oh,
So they will
terno.
learn to
Sleeve.
make the terno sleeve, the butterfly sleeve,
yeah.
because basically the national costume is distinguished only by the sleeve.
Yes.
It's a Western dress with butterfly sleeves. So we think that it's very important that as a Filipino designer, you know how to construct and make
The
very good sleeves.
Talaga, what's in a sleeve?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my
Well, it
God,
has to
how hard is it to make?
fall perpendicular to the floor. It has to
Oh.
be stiff enough but not too stiff.
Super may science and art siya.
Yes, may science.
Ah,
Oh.
Mhm.
who are the really good designers for terno nowadays for you?
Oh, a lot naman. A lot,
Lahat.
oo.
Kasi, di ba,
Siyempre.
there's been a resurgence in the
Mhm.
interest in the terno. So, what are you teaching your students about that?
The terno. Yun, how to make the pattern and how to construct it. Kasi parang usually what is done is that there is just one pattern for terno sleeves that would fit everyone. Parang ganon.
Fit
Now
one
this
size fits
one
all.
parang kailangan ay parang ano yan, it's proportionate to the wearer's body.
Built.
Ah. So iba-ibang sizes
So magiging
yan.
iba-iba yung sizes, and because you know how to make the pattern, then you would know how to make terno sleeves that are proportional to client's figure.
It doesn't matter if nakapantalon siya or nakaganyan, naka-miniskirt.
Because now we want that the terno be worn not only during weddings, ganyan, mga events,
So,
for kung gusto mo mag grocery, naka-terno sleeve ka, why not,
Pwede
diba?
naman, di ba?
gawin natin.
So, you don't really mind if yung hindi naman originally girl would wear a terno.
No.
Okay lang naman.
Bakit yung mga girls nga nagbarong eh? Bakit
Oo
hindi
nga
sila
naman.
pwede?
No.
Tama. Okay, so the terno and everything. What about the wedding industry?
Yeah.
That's also like your
Well, the
forte.
wedding industry is actually a good way to not a good way, not a good thing to put into your list of services.
As a
Na,
designer.
as a designer, because syempre, because it's a wedding, medyo pricey yun, ganyan. But more than that, parang you want to do always naman yun when you're doing something for a bride, you see that the bride is happy, so giddy, ganyan. Yung parang nadadala ka, and yung parang, and after finishing the gown and she's so happy and so thankful, parang that fills your heart, with joy, because yung parang gusto mo, nagustuhan niya, that
Happy
makes
siya.
us, that would make me doubly happy.
Tsaka the market now is really growing, di ba? Kasi I think there are more wedding clients coming in, even from international, di ba? Because of the destination wedding
And it
trend.
really
So,
is a big business now.
So when should I order if I'm getting married next year?
how long does it take?
Oh,
Ganun.
oh, oh, oh.
Well,
Like December next year. Is 1 year enough?
Oh yes, more than enough. Unless you know you want something really out of the ordinary, na yung parang kunyari fully embroidered with whatever, ganyan. Then you know.
Okay.
But I've had some brides come to me 1 year before the wedding kasi
Yeah.
parang 1 year before the wedding they've already set the
The
the church, the
date.
ganyan,
Yes,
ganyan,
that's
parang
right.
okay, gawin na natin. That's
Okay.
why when she comes back, sino yan?
Nakalimutan mo
Nakalimutan
na.
ko na yung mukha.
O kaya hindi na pareho pa rin yung size niya kaya. Or,
Pwede also.
sana naman.
Oh.
Usually naman the brides, they lose weight like a month before the wedding, siguro
Yeah.
because of stress.
So
Stress.
ideally, if I'm getting married in December, can I go to you as late as July or that's
July
just
is
right?
okay. July is okay.
October's too late.
Kasi, well, kunyari, in my case, if your wedding is in December, it has to leave my shop by the end of November. Because
Ah,
December has so
ganon.
many other orders.
Oo.
So parang mabuti na yung tapos ka na and then
Let's talk about trends naman.
trends.
Yeah, kasi parang sa weddings pa anong trends ngayon. And then in like everyday fashion, what are the
You know, I do not really follow trends. Kasi parang 'di ba, there's no one trend now.
Yes.
I always tell clients yung parang okay, wag kang makiuso kung hindi bagay sa'yo. You know, I think you just have to be yourself. You have to be comfortable in it. It doesn't have to be mahal, you know, straight off the catwalks, ganyan. As long as you know, the outfit gives you confidence and you're really comfortable in it. Ganyan. So
Yep.
siguro when it comes to trend, even the colors nga eh.
Yeah. Kasi, di
Yung
ba,
parang-
there's like a color of the year, there's
I
like
don't
a
believe that
cut,
kasi
or-
yung parang, di ba, yung kunyari,
Ah.
okay, ang itim-itim ko na and then color of the year, purple, and then,
di bagay.
yung ganon, di ba?
Okay, so individuality, that's what you're pushing
Yes,
for.
individuality. And yung parang sa akin, sana mauso yung hindi na fast fashion, mawala na sana.
Ano ba yung fast fashion?
Fast
Kasi we were
fashion is-
discussing that before. Ano siya?
Well, fast fashion is something that kasi 'di ba they said before parang there are two collections in a year even
Okay.
abroad. Spring, summer, fall, winter, ganyan. Now there are 12 seasons in a year because every month these high street brands labas
Come
sila
on.
ng labas
Hello.
parang every 2 weeks bago
Yes.
ganyan. And you know, they have to sell them fast.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and then they have to sell them na parang medyo not so expensive or
Very
medyo
low.
cheap na nga yung di ba?
Oo.
Yung so yon yung parang and you know that just leads to wastage because you know
Oh.
ang tendency
Textile, kasi you dispose of it.
bili tapon or binili hindi na nga tinapon
Nasuot.
hindi nasuot, you know.
Okay.
So parang
Jojie,
there's a lot of waste.
It's not very clear to me. You have your shop, no?
Mhm.
But you also do stands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Paano yun? I don't understand.
Well, I design Rustan's Jill label.
Jill.
Jill.
Oh.
Yung mga tao nga akala nila ako yun kasi Jill, di ba?
Oh, tama naman.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it really is it wasn't named after me.
Oh.
Parang nagswak lang.
Ang galing,
So I designed Jill. I have been designing Jill for siguro almost 10 years now.
Kasi Jill, the brand, is supposed to be like a brand imaging for
Ano yun?
the market
Oo.
that you're trying to serve.
No, when they
What's it
started
for?
the brand, parang I don't know if I'm correct, no. When they started the brand, it was meant for like career women, parang ganyan.
Okay.
Si Jill
Si Jill.
So, who would buy a Jill?
outfit.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jill woman kasi is someone who is either single or married. She's
Okay.
between 25 to 45 years old.
Oh.
She's pretty successful in what she
She
does.
does.
Probably she has a business, or she holds a
Top
managerial
position.
position, a top position,
Mm.
ganyan. She might have basta ganon. And yung parang a jail woman kasi would buy things that are parang kumbaga investment dressing, and then it's how she puts them together because the jail clothes are neoclassic, but parang may pagka trendy. So pero not yung trendy. So it's how they put them together that makes it their own style.
Style. Okay. So you've been doing that for 10 years now,
Mhm.
right?
How do you design? How are you inspired? What do you do? You wake up one day and you realize, I want to do a Cinderella inspired dress today.
No.
Paano?
Depends. Kunyari for let's say Rustans, um I would kasi we have a trend forecast, no. So I get
That's for Rustans.
that's for Rustans. So I get ideas or concepts from there, and then I develop them.
Ayun.
Now for the shop naman, they say for a fashion show, yun yung mahirap because I don't really know where the inspiration would come
Ay,
or when it would come. So depende yun kasi sometimes biglang sisipagin ako, but I'm depressed. So medyo ang lalabas na collection medyo dark and
Bakit ka
ganyan.
depressed? Bigla ako.
No, pero yung parang what I'm saying is yung parang I don't get inspired only by beautiful things, art, ganyan,
Yeah. Bakit kailangan ma-feel
Yeah,
mo?
it like one of my collections for fashion watch before was inspired by the tsunami in Japan.
oh,
So the clothes had tsunamis,
Waves.
ganyan.
ayun pala.
Yun na, iba-iba.
So yun,
Inspiration
parang
level.
it has to be a feeling that's parang or something that I feel very passionate about.
Powerful enough to make you draw.
What would you make for Dina
Ay, nako,
tonight?
ito na
Nako,
naman.
ang
If she
dali-dali.
goes to a whatever, an event tonight. She's attending a formal.
All black.
Oh, she looks the type na parating naka all black. No?
Yeah.
Oo, ha?
Oo.
Oo.
Oh, so ayun, all black.
Okay.
So easy, right?
Oo. Mga ilang yarda ang kailangan.
Ano lang yan.
1,000.
Kung ano yan. Pag little black dress,
Jojo.
ano lang yan. Sobra ng 3 yards.
Okay.
It's like, anyway, back to Jojie.
Okay.
Talaga, Jojo.
This is not about Dina.
So how many clients do you handle every month, let's say?
It varies naman.
Because
And there are months kasi na parang, di ba, especially pag ghost month,
Oh.
yung parang, okay,
Mm.
maglaro tayo ng kamay.
Wala. Rest.
So ano naman, parang parang it really varies because some months yung parang ang dami-dami, parang natataranta ako. Some months naman yung parang magsungka tayo, ganyan.
Pero September, that's a start na, ha?
Mhm,
Kasi marami pa mga balls.
Yes.
Ayun.
So yan talaga yung parang nag-escalate na yan.
The reason I ask is, how do you balance your day or manage your time? Kasi you have your school, then you have your Jill, then you have a fashion show coming up, and then you have your personal clients for your
Kaya
fashion.
ayun, nandito na ako.
So paano na?
No,
How
ano
many
naman
hours
kasi
do you get to sleep?
no, I as much as possible I get 8 hours sleep. Kasi ngayon I don't party a lot na. I don't really go
Anymore.
out anymore.
Oo.
And if in case I do, mga parang 10:30 pa lang, kailangan umuwi na ako.
Or the guest just comes to the house.
Yeah, there was a time parang we went to a club, so it was
Uh,
already like kunwari 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like dead tired, nakaganyan lang ako. And then bigla yung mga bagets, datingan, sabi ko, oh my God.
Iba
Wala na
na.
akong energy na ganon.
Oh, so you in your younger years talaga you were
Ay, hindi
party
naman.
animal?
I
Or-
wasn't even a party animal before. But you know, when in case I go out, I attend parties, I can stay. Gusto nyo hanggang 3 o'clock, go.
Kaya.
But not every night.
Okay. So for you, with all the years you've been in the industry and you're very, very successful, di ba? You've diversified your talent. What can you share with us about the secret to thriving in this industry, which is so competitive?
Well, I guess first of all, you have to continue on learning. Kasi yung parang never put in your head that you know everything already, because
always hear
there
that.
are a lot of new things, a lot of new techniques, especially in this business, that you can learn and help you improve some more,
Pati nga
diba?
technology, di ba?
Oo.
Textile.
Yes. Naku, ang dami-dami na yung parang And then, yun na nga, yung parang, you have to be professional in everything you do. When you
What
say
does
you
that mean?
you will deliver on this date, you deliver on that date.
Kahit ano man.
Kahit anong mangyari, kahit bumabagyo, kahit ano,
Lusong sa
kahit
paa.
walang kuryente.
Talaga. So you've gone through mga times like that na, wow, stress.
Oh yes, I remember there was a time when there was a lot of brownouts.
Yeah.
Tapos may tinatapos, nag-brown. I had to go to Fairview to a friend para gamitin yung makina niya.
Wow.
Because, I had to,
You had to
deliver.
Oo nga. So now with your students, what can you share with us about the current crop of
Yeah.
fashion students who are coming to you for
Well, kasi we will start pa lang the 1-year course. Actually, we will start it this October, so it will end next year in September. So parang sabi namin, this is what we can call our products, kasi we before we only offered short workshops.
Yeah.
So parang we cannot call them our products kasi yun lang naman, diba? So now that we have a 1-year course, yan na, yung parang sabi ko, we have to be very good, and parang in-screen namin. Because they have to be very good.
Okay.
Tsaka and really interested. We don't like students who would come to class na para lang makipagsosyalan or ganyan.
yes.
We want serious
naman.
students because we want to produce the future leaders of Philippine fashion.
So are you mabait in school or
I am mabait, but parang if you come to class na parang unprepared, tapos tatanga-tanga ka pa.
You're not
That's
mabait?
welcome.
Well, hindi kita sisigawan, pero naiinis na ako sa'yo.
So you mean to say kanina, based on what you said, marami din na pumupunta sa fashion schools na hindi seryoso? Like, what
Well,
are they there
just
for?
like any other diba? Parang even in medical school,
Meron
lahat
lang.
kayo doktor. Pag nag-graduate kayo, konti lang naman yung brilliance sa inyo diba? Pero lahat kayo doktor. So, ganun din sa fashion school. Lahat kayo designer, pero konti ang brilliance sa inyo.
How can
So,
you tell
probably
if
because
somebody is brilliant? How can
you can sense and you can see their dedication and passion.
masipag?
So even in their mga, let's say, projects ganyan, you would see.
Tama.
Ay.
Oo,
Tsaka
tsaka
that-
makikita mo agad ang galing nitong batang to, ganyan.
may ano talaga,
Mm-mm.
may something.
Yes.
Jojie? I'm curious about who your muses are. Who inspires you? Who inspires you to? Who are these muses?
Okay. I only have a few, of course, but the names I'm gonna mention are because I already make for them.
Yeah.
So, Nina Huang is one.
Oh.
Cricket and ako.
Oh.
And then, of course, Joan Bitagcol. Not only is she my friend, but parang kung pwede, so parati magmo-model for, in my
Yeah.
shows, ganyan. So,
Ayun.
those are just three of them. Hindi
Okay.
naman ho lahat yun.
Bakit muse ka? What makes them a muse?
It's there, they have different personalities, no? But I would say that, kunyari, Joanne and Nina might be, mas, well, closer or than Cricket, no?
Oo.
Pero iba kasi I parang I want somebody who is strong. Ganyan. Yung parang I don't need like this, ganyan, palaki, lahat ilalagay. Ganyan, just to be, noticed. And yung parang they don't want
So
that.
far you want
They get
the...
noticed for who they are, what.
Nina is simple,
Yes, lahat simple.
Oo.
But then they
Cricket ba
stand
ganon?
out. Cricket is simple
Ganon din.
But kasi si Cricket naman is the sexy type.
Oo.
Curvy.
Ayun pala, now I see.
So parang you want women who are like strong
Yeah,
at the
yung
core.
parang you carry the dress. Don't let the dress carry you and speak for you and then shout for you, introduce you to everyone.
But what if somebody likes who comes to your shop and I want to look good? How would you
Oh
take care
yeah.
of me?
Tell me what you want. Kasi for
Okay.
me, when I design a fashion for a fashion show, a collection for a fashion show, that's me. I don't
Okay.
care about what people will say. I am it's self-indulgent. I just want myself to be happy with what I'm creating. That's
Okay.
just for me. Now, if I make for a client, it's a collaboration between the client and myself.
Ayun
I
pala.
make myself happy, you make yourself happy. Ganon. We meet in the middle.
Now, Jojie, I have a question. Happy ka ba sa love life?
Ano yun?
Ayun
All
na,
over
ayun
na.
na.
Oo nga. Pero oo nga. Ano yun?
Ano nga ba yun?
But what's your pastime? What do you do outside of fashion?
Oo. That's what
Um,
we're getting at talaga.
I'm lucky because kasi my shop is in a compound, diba? So
Okay.
my neighbors like Albert Avellana would come to the shop every afternoon, ganyan, chika, ganyan. And then some friends will come over, ganyan. So yon, parang I unwind with friends.
That's a good one. I like that.
So, ganun lang. Parang, we don't go out anymore. Yung parang dun lang.
It's better naman
chika-chika,
talaga
ganyan.
in a
Mas
place.
mura na, mas safe pa.
Tsaka quiet
Meron siyang
lang.
quiet.
No loud music. Over the years, you've made some really good friends in the industry. Sino talaga yung core group mo?
Among the designers, sina Dennis Lustico, Ibarra Cerron, and Joey Samson. And then Patrick. Who else? Sorry naman, baka may nakalimutan ko. So there's another group naman na yung parang yun, iba naman ng mga professions, ganyan. But we all get together sometimes.
No, everybody.
How does one deal with professional jealousy? If there's such a thing at all.
I don't think parang this generation of designer, I don't know about the very young, but in my generation of designers, parang wala kami
Wala,
ganon, wala.
Walang rivalry
Wala,
like pati
wala.
yung sa older
Kasi
ones.
even the older ones, di ba, parang
May
they do not
ganon.
share. They do not share
Oo.
clients.
Yeah.
Ganyan. Magagalit sa client if the client goes to the other one. Kami hindi. Kasi clients now, they go to everyone.
Oo, they
Wala
go
nang
around.
wala
They go
nang-
around.
like, this is mine.
Konti lang yung talagang yung mga loyal.
Yun pala yun. Who are the best dressed women of the country today?
For you.
Not necessarily your clients.
A lot naman.
Sa artista, halimbawa, who impresses you?
Teka.
Who makes you look twice or thrice? Who Who would you want to dress
I would think si Dawn is
Silhouette.
okay.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. Come guest naman here, Don.
Okay.
Oo, sino pa? Yung,
Sino pa?
yung mga younger ones, ha?
Hmm.
Yan bang mga cat na yan ay today or hindi pa marunong?
Kasi ano
bata
parang
pa?
I only see them, kunyari, sa pictures na in awards night, ganyan.
Yeah.
Pero that's not them pa di ba? Kasi binihisan
That's right.
Although, in a way, that reflects their taste naman din. But,
Oo.
we're not sure.
That's right. Oo. Do you think that a lot of women who go to awards nights are mukhang mga transvestites?
Hindi naman.
Hindi
Depende
naman.
naman sa, sa ganda
Sa-
nila.
Ganun.
Kasi kung mukhang lalaki.
Wala namang
Mukhang
magagawa.
tranny talaga.
Oo.
Yung question na yun talaga shock. Okay, I'm also curious about the kind of work that the younger designers are coming out with. For you, ano yung professional opinion mo sa mga, like,
But I've seen,
style, taste, or
I've seen a lot of,
quality?
the young designers, parang they've improved a lot and talagang young
Yeah.
talaga yung
Yung
yun.
perspective.
Oo. It's just that, may nakikita ako, some of them, hindi maganda yung yung quality, ganyan. But, they're still young. You can work on it, improve it, ganyan. As long as, you know that you need improvement, diba? Baka sabihin mo naman, perfect na yan.
When you talk of quality, you're talking about the
Yeah, the way it was sewn, the
So
way
yung
the way it
technical
fits
side.
the wearer, ganyan. But design wise, parang great.
okay na yung
Mm,
design.
mm, mm.
Pero is that hard for fashion designers to get yung the people who will do the actual
Yun yung inaano ko.
sewing and
Kasi,
everything, di ba?
ang sinasabi kasi, parang, why will I have to study fashion? Parang I can hire the best pattern maker, the best sewer, ganyan. But what if you can't? What if you cannot afford a good pattern maker or good sewers? Then paano na yung damit mo? Your ideas will not be parang realized according to what's in your head.
Oo.
Yun yung kung ano na lang yung kaya nila, yun na yun. So, para- and Kung layasan ka nila, you can do the clothes yourself.
Okay, which reminds me, I'd like to become a designer. Do I still need to go to Paris or to New York, or would your school be sufficient?
Well, I hope our school will be sufficient. Pero kasi it's 1 year lang, no? Siguro when we have like a 4-year course na baka.
Ganun.
Oo. Pero of course kasi they're naman parang it's different when you get schooled in, let's say, New York or in Paris or in London. So iba-iba 'yon.
London nga
oo.
pala, no? Milan.
So depende 'yon na what you really want to learn, because if you want to learn French couture, then you go to Paris. You want the parang
Oriental.
yung American RTW look, go to New York. Then,
So, what about here? Sa'yo, sa school ninyo?
Sa amin kasi, I would think, kasi, kunyari in draping, what I teach my students are, what things I learned in Paris, in draping doon. So ganon. But I'm not saying that we're teaching the French way. Parang,
Okay.
Oo, napaka-ambisyosa ko rin noon. Yun.
But
Pero,
it would give them an idea of how to do it right.
At saka yun ngayon sabi ko, let's say you have a child who wants to become a fashion designer, and she plans, let's say, go to let's say to Central St. Martins or to Italy, ganyan. Yung parang you can enroll your child muna here. So for 1 year, kasi kung biglang sabihin niya hindi ko pala gusto, at least nandito pa
Hindi
yung
ka
anak
nag-commit
mo,
to
konti
that.
pa yung
Oo.
nagastos mo. And then, kung okay talaga gusto niya and she goes there, your child would excel there because she knows na.
May
Oo.
basic
Parang
na.
dadagdagan na lang ng whatever pa yung tinuturo
Yeah.
doon.
And given
Good
your
advice.
faculty, no, very
Oo
outstanding.
nga eh.
Who founded the school? Sino yung core that founded?
Okay, they're Page Reyes, he's a friend from college days, also CT. So for so long we've been planning to put up a school. So na-realize yun. Together with this group of sisters who the Bustos sisters.
Bustos
Bustos
sisters. Of Bulacan, I guess.
Of Bulacan,
Bustos.
yeah. So they own Baliwag University. So
Oh.
parang ayan. So
Wow,
meron ng taga-manage ganyan.
Yeah, they know.
And then
How to run
Auri
a school.
Cavellana.
Oo.
So yun.
Ayun, kayo pala.
And
Mag-enroll.
your role there is
Yeah.
what? To run the faculty or
Well, I teach. I also do the scheduling. I contact the
Oo.
teachers, lahat-lahat.
Oo.
Ganyan. But you know, all of us are parang have jobs to fill.
I know.
Ganyan. So
Maganda, masaya.
Oo nga.
They're like very young people again, but at the same time, they're at the top of the management also. Plus, they get to do their creative, no?
saka kasi ang din, parang kunyari usually kasi 'di ba in schools, of course you get very bright teachers because these are the bright students who graduate and then offer the teaching post in school. Tapos na wala na silang experience. Our instructors are parang one of the best in their respective fields.
Yeah.
Pagkatapos ang kanilang experience ay sobra-sobra. Of course, they were schooled before. So,
Sino
parang you get everything.
Oh, ang galing ng nyo. The way you put it all together and you're giving all these young people or even older people.
Oh yes,
Diba?
yes, because we
A chance to grow.
even hobbyists ganyan can
Take up
like a
courses.
workshop, not
What
perhaps
kind of
not the one.
workshops are available?
There are different workshops. We have makeup. There's fashion photography, fashion writing.
Really?
There's fashion show production. There's beadwork.
So talaga kung anong hilig mo lang.
Oo,
Yung mga
you can
ganun-ganon.
focus,
It's very
There's
focused.
basta madami eh.
Well, Jojie, before we wind up, I have one question. Is there a place pa rin for the likes of Mel Di Cojuangco, these glamorous women? Ngayon, do you still think of them when you design or yung mga
Yes.
baby forest and mga pwede pa rin maging ganyan ngayon?
Yes, because 'di ba, yung parang unang-una kunyari the young people now would become the socialites, in
Of
the
the future.
future. Probably with a different fashion sense, but then they become let's say fashion icons because of their elegance
Sense
and
of
sophistication and their sense of style.
beyond time naman.
Mhm.
Okay. Can we have some last words?
Yes, would you like to invite them to
To
visit the school or your atelier
yes.
and watch
If
your
if
shows?
any one of you is interested to learn some things about fashion, or if any one of you would like to be fashion designer someday, please check our school out. It's FAB Creatives, Fashion Arts Business Creatives. Thank you.
So
And thank you for having me here.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming over and visiting us. And we hope to see you again. Or
Sure.
maybe visit your school and take
Yes,
videos
yes,
of your
yes.
students.
Yeah.
Or you can take some courses.
Thank you very much for watching. Good afternoon, everyone.
Salamat po. You just had your spotlight today. Thank you.